What's going on? Daniel here. Welcome back to another video. Today I want to talk about how I made $45,000 from one freelance project working with one client, just barely working 5 to 10 hours a week. Yeah, you heard that right, 5 to 10 hours a week. If you've been on this channel before, you know I talk about offering your skill or knowledge online, learning high income skill, and this is one of the examples where it worked out really well, and it so happens to be my own personal experience. So I believe anyone can do this as long as you follow the basic principles that I'm about to talk about in this video. So if you are thinking about freelancing, know that you can do freelancing really well. You can earn good money from it as long as you take it seriously and you treat it like a real job. You don't have to mess around and just like half-ass everything you do, but treat it like a job, and it's going to take care of you like it's a job. Now let's talk about how I got into freelancing. Back in 2021, I quit my sales job where I was making good money, but I just fell out of love with it. I wanted to pursue entrepreneurship. I wanted to do something that was genuinely mine. So I had a small dropshipping operations, and that's what I was doing for a few months before everything came crashing down, crashing and burning. Really, what went from a small operations going smoothly, I went from that to being over $30,000 in debt, credit card debt, chargebacks to customers, and so on and so forth. As the real fighter that I am, I started thinking to myself, what can I do in order to keep my income rolling, because I do not want to go back to finding a job. So freelancing was what came to mind almost immediately, because I've been doing digital marketing for myself in my e-commerce businesses, running Facebook, Instagram, Google, TikTok ads. Think about any type of ads, I could do it. So I thought, why not do this for other people? So the best way to find clients that I thought of at the time was to go on Upwork, and I signed up on Upwork, set up my profile, and in 3 days I started sending out job applications. And over the course of 3 days, I sent out 30 job applications. I got 3 interviews from those 30 applications, and I landed 2 clients in just 3 days. And combined, both clients paid me over $4,500 every single month. So that's how I got started with my freelancing. I was thinking to myself that I wanted to ensure longevity. I didn't want any type of inconsistency with my income. So that's when I started thinking long term. What if I could, lock in a client to more than just a few months? What if I could work with them for a year, maybe more than a year? Then I can guarantee that this income from this client will keep coming in and nothing was going to stop it. And that takes me to what I'm about to talk about next, which is how can you ensure long-term engagement with clients? Either you find them Upwork or you find them through any other means, because this is how I feel like anyone can earn big with freelance clients, by just ensuring that you work with them long enough and consistently enough. So the first tip I want to give you here is to go for projects that are within your expertise. I know that a lot of people, when you're just getting started, especially on a platform like Upwork, you want to make sure that you get those first wins. You want to get those first reviews, because they are really important. To get reviews and that 5-star and job completeness and all that good stuff in your profile, that's how you land more clients. You want to make sure that you are not just sticking with those short-term projects, but also long-term ones that has a tendency to pay you more. So if you're just getting started, go for the short-term projects. That's totally fine. But also make sure that you're going after the jobs that has a higher tendency to pay you for long-term. So the second tip I want to give you is to be diligent in your work. Now, a lot of freelancers make this mistake. They just approach every project as, this is a short-term project. I can do whatever I want. Let me just do my job and let me be done with it. I can do it at midnight. I can do it in the morning, in the afternoon, as long as I get it done. No, a lot of people paying for your service, they want to ensure that you're getting the job done when it's supposed to be gotten done. If you tell your client that you're going to deliver a project in the morning at 9 a.m., make sure that you're delivering the project at 9 a.m. If you tell them you're delivering by end of day, make sure you're delivering by end of day. That way you can earn their trust and they can micromanage you less. Now, a lot of freelance clients will try to micromanage you in a way, especially if they're running small operations and just trying to get the most value for their money. The best way to gain people's trust is by being diligent in your work, by making sure that you're doing whatever it is that you say you will do. So be diligent in your project. That way you can ensure longevity in your working relationship. Now, the next one is to show initiative. If you are looking to work with someone for a long term, you want to make sure that you want to make sure that you're showing initiatives. Not only are you just completing projects that you're being given, but going above and beyond and doing even more than they're asking of you. Everybody loves when people take care of them, when they take particular care, when they take extra care of their project. Every client loves that. And lastly, come up with ideas that only you can implement. This has worked for me a number of times. When you're going into a business, they are expecting that you take off some of the workload and you help them execute tasks. But when you're coming with more ideas on how they can be more efficient, on how they can make more money, then you are kind of building a link that is going to be very hard to break. For example, a client that I worked with for a very long time, almost a year, in their business, I would always come up with ideas on how to get more clients, on how to close more clients. I even offered to help them go on one of their sales calls to help them present numbers and to bring some ideas to the client that they may not have heard before. Of course, I could have told the client what they needed to say to that person on the call, but I offered to be on the call. So when I went on the call and they saw that I performed really well, that prompted them to say, you know what, how about you come on the next calls with us? How about you get more involved in the business, in the day-to-day, and so on and so forth. And that doesn't mean that you should turn yourself into an employee, because there's a very fine line between coming up with ideas and showing initiative and just becoming an employee, a full-time employee. You still have to set boundaries. You still have to make them understand what you're willing to work within. But coming up with ideas that only you can execute is going to build a strong bond, and it's going to ensure that you work with these people long term. So this is what I did in order to make this much money. If I had worked with this client for only a few months or maybe half a year, I definitely would not have made this much from that one project and that one client, barely working a few hours a week. But by ensuring that I have a long-term working relationship with them, I can ensure that I'm squeezing every buck out of that project. I hope this video is helpful. If it has, consider subscribing. And I also have my e-guide talking about how to land your first freelance client with Upwork. It's going to be the first or second link down in description. Go check it out. It is everything that I've learned from building a six-figure freelance business, and particularly from Upwork. So go check it out. Let me know what you think. Again, my name is Daniel, and I will see you in the next video. You take care now. Bye.